Welcome to Secwépemc Éwelucw, the land of the Secwépemc. The water is a precious part of our being, especially as Secwépemc women. Traditionally, Secwépemc women were named after some property of water, and it was our job to be keepers of the water. We give birth to our children in water. It's often the women who are first to feel the pain of not having water because of our roles as life givers and caregivers. We're seeing huge impacts to our waterways as a result of the large-scale industrial agriculture that is consuming huge amounts of water and who's been given licenses by the government, who's helped them to consolidate the infrastructure, is the same highly unsustainable model that's charted a path around the global corporately controlled food system. Here in the Scone of Secwépemc, we have an irrigation system in disrepair. Yet there's a cattle rancher here benefiting from that same system and not paying anything for it. As being among the most vulnerable in society, it's hugely unjust that we don't have proper irrigation system, even in this present day reality when we look down the valley and we see this huge infrastructure for irrigation that these big farms have the privilege. Our issues with and concerns with water in our territory are for water quantity and the amount that's being used by the industrial agriculture, unjustly being used in the water licenses that they're being given by the government, but also the huge governance issues around water and the multi-jurisdictional quagmire of politics. Secwépemc is so intimately intertwined and speaks to the ways that our people understood our traditional role as stewards of these waters, so that as it travels down the river to the river people downstream, we took that responsibility very seriously in terms of water quality, in terms of water quantity. We once had what we called water bosses who would monitor the entire rivershed and clean out the streams and the creeks, the salmon rearing pools, to make sure beaver dams weren't clogging it, and to make sure the water would flow properly, and to make sure if their salmon weren't coming home to a certain place to spawn in great numbers, we would send runners downstream to tell the people downstream, don't fish this year because there aren't enough coming home to spawn. So we took that responsibility seriously, and we still do. Yet we're excluded from decision-making matters impacting our ability to irrigate our gardens, to ensure healthy spawning grounds for our salmon, and to ensure adequate access to the watering holes for our elk and our deer who have been cut off from the watering corridors due to fencing from large-scale agriculture that has fragmented the ecosystems.